What's up, everybody? So I'm kind of in a good mood. Yesterday I went and got my interview with the Air Force to be a loadmaster on a C-5 Galaxy aircraft. In case you don't know, I'll put a picture right here. It's kind of a big-ass aircraft, you know. It's kind of been told that it likes to eat other vehicles and other aircraft. So I'll show you a couple pictures right here. Either way, it is, what day is it? I have no idea. It's a Monday. And so, we're going to do our Monday things at work. Going to wave to other motorcycles who, oh, he waved to me too. Alright, plus 1 point for the Harley. Hey, Snowcat. Yeah, I scored well enough to get qualified for the loadmaster position, and the closest base for me is actually Travis Air Force Base out of Sassoon, and I've never been on it, but all my life I've driven past it on Highway 12 there, and we always stop and look at the aircraft flying by, doing the touch and goes and stuff like that, all the practice and everything. So yesterday was the first time I actually got to go on the base. Like, I've always been around the base on the fence line, hanging off of it, drooling, looking at the aircraft as they fly and stuff like that. But yesterday was the first time I got to go on it. And let me tell you, it's just as good on the outside of the fence. I was expecting it to be glamorous or something. No. It's like a little city inside of a fence. I mean, gated community. You know, it's just they have bigger toys. You know, there's giant aircraft everywhere. There's Humvees left and right, you know, and everybody's wearing, you know, their school uniform, also known as the Air Force uniform, and it was pretty impressive. But we got to check out their gym. After I was done checking out the gym, we, you know, played around on the little track they got there and checked out the BX and looked at all the cars that were for sale. You know, people get deployed or something like that. They don't want to leave their car in limbo, or they don't have a place to store it, or they can't take it with them or whatever, so they just sell it. And it's pretty cheap. There was a bike that I was like, ooh, I might get that. But it was like a bike a little bit older than this. I think it was a CBR. You know, early 2000s CBR, and he wanted like $1,500 for it. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. When I come back, I'll get it. But I won't tell the girl that. Because as soon as I tell the girl that, she's gonna tell me no. And well, what she says is kind of king, so I won't be getting that bike, in case anybody's wondering. It's still gonna be available, I promise. Anyway, we went in and they did the whole, like, alright, you get to sit here and wait sort of thing, and the cool thing was that they weren't really prepared for me, it seemed like. I mean, they were really laid back. Really liked them. It felt like a big family atmosphere in there, you know. We sat there and they just talked to us, and you know, the pre guys were just, you know, telling us about how it is and what they do and everything like that, and it sounds amazing. I mean, for those of you that don't know what a loadmaster is basically someone who's in charge of the aircraft, like making sure that that aircraft is in the right weight spec, make sure it's balanced, make sure that they can unload and load appropriately. You know, they say, hey, we can only fit X amount of, you know, pounds of aircraft inside the aircraft. You know, if they're taking liquid, they got to make sure that it's, you know, stored correctly so it's not sloshing around when they're turning the aircraft, you know. But then they're also in charge of, you know, offloading all the stuff, you know, making sure that it gets off the aircraft and doesn't damage the aircraft in the meantime. I mean, those planes are not very happy when they start taking off and, you know, a 10-ton piece of equipment goes sliding back 5 feet. You know, they're not very thrilled about that. So they want to make sure that it's all, you know, squared away. But anyway, yeah, the C-5 is a huge aircraft. Like, I think I remember it was like length from bottom tip to front tip is something like 223 feet, and that's not including the tail. So I mean, you're probably looking at 250 feet or so. I don't work there yet. I don't have all the information yet. I'm just going off of memory. So, but amazing aircraft. The front opens and the rear opens. Anyway, as soon as we're done talking with the guys in like the break room sort of thing, you know, I got summoned in to go sit in front of the panel of interviewers, and there was 4 guys and a girl, you know, from all different ranks, master sergeants all the way down to senior airmen, and it was quite different, I would say. You know, normally you would think that the panel would be chewing at you up, you know, and, you know, breaking you down and everything like that, and they weren't like that at all. They were more like, hey, this is what we do. We're better, not better, but, you know, we're different than the normal reservist. Like, normally the reservist is like 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks out of the year, blah blah blah, and they're saying like, no, not really. I mean, they work around an active duty aircraft, and so the active duty aircraft's going out, then you're going out if you sign up for it, and you have to, you know, stay on top of your training. You know, it's like continuing education units. You know, you gotta stay on top of it. So they'll say, hey, there's a flight leaving on Tuesday, can you do it, yes or no? And you have to say yes or no. And if you keep saying no so much, then they're gonna find somebody who says yes all the time, and you're gonna be washed out of the loadmaster position. So they're saying that on average, you know, the lowest number that they've seen per year was about 90 to 100 flight days a year. And, you know, that's, for those of you that don't know how many days are in a year, you know, 365, so that's about a third of a year. And so I said, that's great with me. I mean, I wanted to do like active duty in the past, and I was like, you know what, I got a family I got to take care of. I want to, you know, do reserve and still maintain my civilian life and stuff like that. And this is going to be like right in the middle. This is perfect. This is what I want to do. And I'd be up in the air. Like, that's, you can't go wrong. Okay. But either way, I enjoyed it. It was a hell of an experience. I'm so excited if they give me a call back. If they don't, then still respect for them. I mean, these guys are incredible either way. Some of they're talking to me afterwards, and they're saying that, you know, some of their trips they like doing, because these guys are, you know, we're on the Pacific here. You know, we're in California, so, you know, we're kind of the Pacific Rim there. And they're talking about how, like, you know, they'll load up on a Friday, fly out Friday evening, be in Japan Saturday morning, you know, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, whatever, offload, and then they have a day off, and then they get back on the plane, you know, Saturday night or Sunday morning, fly back and home by Sunday night or Monday morning. And that's just like the normal routine. And I was like, you know, I'm so looking forward to that. I mean, I'm a guy that likes to move. I like to travel. I like to do things other than sit around. Okay, don't get me wrong. I like to sit in front of a computer every once in a while and play some video games, or, you know, play on my new PlayStation and stuff like that. But if I can get a chance to get on the bike, then I do it. If I can get a chance to go hike somewhere, go climb a mountain, then I do it. Hey, how's it going, man? And Japan blows my mind. They're like, yeah, we've been to Japan. Like in the past 2 months or something like that, one of their senior airmen, which if you don't know what ranks are, that's a lower guy, you know. The senior airman, he's like, yeah, I've been in the past month and a half or whatever. He's like, I've been to Japan, I've been to Australia, I go to Guam, I go to Hawaii all the time, I go to Southern California a lot, and he goes into like Colorado or something like that. But he's like, he's traveling all over the place. How can you go wrong? There's always traffic on my favorite turns. Well, this was going to be, I wasn't really going to plan on talking this much, but it seems like I've kind of cut into it pretty good. But yeah, fingers crossed for this. I hope I get a call within the next couple days. I said it could take anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks. And they say if it takes 2 weeks, it's usually a bad sign. So fingers crossed I get a call in the next couple days. So anyway, it's going to be the end of this morning's moto vlog. I don't know, like I said, I don't know the date, but it's a Monday. I'll put the date down here somewhere, and we'll go from there. Have a good day. Hope your week's good, and see you later.